Operation Epic Fury used direct military action. The U.S. Navy blockade of the Strait of Hormuz operates through control. Ships, massive $200 million oil tanker, vessels the size of 3 football fields are seconds away from entering the Strait of Hormuz. And then they turn around. No one fires, no one intercepts, just a silent retreat. What scared them? This is the reality for the world's most desperate rogue vessels, the Iranian-linked Ghost Fleet. These ships are suddenly turning back before they even reach the entrance of the strait, and it isn't because they are being chased by a visible fleet. They are running from a secret system deployed by the U.S. Navy, the U.S. Navy blockade. Today, we are breaking down exactly how this invisible net is working and why these tankers are now terrified of being even detected. This is the story of how 21 miles of water was transformed into an autonomous engagement web, where every ship is vetted by the laws of physics and data long before a single sailor is ever seen. To understand why these ships are retreating in fear, you first have to understand the logic of the anonymity trap. For decades, the Iranian Ghost Fleet survived by staying in the shadows. They moved illicit oil using dark activities, specifically AIS spoofing. AIS, or the Automatic Identification System, is essentially a GPS-based radio that tells the world a ship's name, location, and destination. Ghost tankers would simply turn this off to vanish, or broadcast fake coordinates to look like they were docked in a safe country, while they were actually loading oil at forbidden Iranian piers. In the old world of naval warfare, this worked because the ocean is vast. With over 2,000 vessels crossing this choke point every week, a dark ship was just a needle in a massive haystack. But in 2026, the U.S. Navy flipped the script. In this secret system, anonymity is no longer a shield, it is a targeting vector. By using the AI-driven drones of Task Force 59, the Navy now creates a multimodal fingerprint for every single hull in the region. Think of this like a digital DNA test for ships. Even if a tanker has its radio turned off and its lights killed, it cannot hide its acoustic signature. Every ship engine and propeller has a unique vibration fingerprint that the Navy's underwater sensors can identify from miles away. Combine that with thermal displacement, the heat a massive engine dumps into the water, and magnetic profiles measured by satellites, and you realize there is nowhere to hide. If a ship hasn't completed a verified digital handshake with the Navy's regional server before hitting the 5-mile decision point, it is instantly flagged as a non-compliant threat. This is where the system moves from observation to active deterrence, using what are known as active denial systems. The Navy has effectively weaponized the environment of the ship's bridge itself. The first tool in this arsenal is the LRAD, or Long Range Acoustic Device. This isn't just a loudspeaker, it is a directed energy weapon. It beams a 150 decibel directional tone directly at the tanker's bridge. To put that in perspective, that is 50 times louder than a police siren and enough to cause a temporary threshold shift. Inside the bridge, this sound doesn't just hurt your ears, it creates literal physical nausea, vertigo, and a total loss of motor control by vibrating the fluid in the human inner ear. It becomes physically impossible for a crew to steer a 300,000-ton vessel through a narrow channel when they can't even stand up. If a captain is fanatical enough to try and push through the pain, the Navy escalates to ocular interrupters, commonly called laser dazzlers. These are high-intensity green lasers that white out the bridge's optical sensors and the captain's vision without causing permanent blindness. Think about the stakes here. You are navigating a VLCC tanker, a vessel so massive it takes 2 full miles of ocean just to come to a stop. If you are blinded for even 10 seconds, or if you are doubled over with sonic nausea, you are going to run aground and wreck a $100 million asset. The US Navy isn't stopping these ships with a wall of steel. They are stopping them by making the very act of navigation a physical impossibility. This is the first layer of the blockade, and as we're about to see, the pressure only gets higher from here.